Really quick, Kenshin, I want you to roll mind. Just mind.
Oh, that's my other good one. I passed 3 times.
Oh, no.
3 6s.
Basically, you notice that because you're sitting on the windowsill, the house is actually like that. Like, it's called the Crack'd and Crook'd Manse for a reason. Like, the house genuinely feels like it has a bit of a sway to it, like, as you're sitting on the windowsill.
I say in the report. And it sways in the wind, and it's called the Leaning Tower of Manse, because once it was kicked by donkeys, and now it's crooked.
Yeah, brother.
Alrighty, what is everybody else doing in the Manse estate?
Me and Marky are the only two still standing in front of the mansion, right? Not doing anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
I turn to Marky and I go, you're like homeschool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm world school. Here, eat some of this, and I hand him some of my weed.
Eat it?
It makes you smarter than these years.
I didn't even think about it. I just started eating it.
Cool. I'm glad I didn't need to get this guy shreds. Mark, you.
I want you to roll mind comprehend.
Oh, I got it. I got 1.
All right, so you eat it, and for now you feel fine.
Okay.
It was that opium. Nightmare opium.
You can smell it in your mouth though, like it's stinky.
Just so you know, you can't get high from eating weed.
No, exactly. Yeah, it was more so if you failed, you would have thought you were.
Okay.
But your mouth is
but
stinky.
I think Augie thinks you can get high from it. I've only ever eaten it.
High all the time.
Yeah, right? You feeling it, brother?
I mean, I guess so. We eat grass all the time. It's fine, you know? I
Yeah,
have
they
grass
call
for
it
dinner.
devil's grass in L.A.
We eat grass for dinner when we don't have food. Because we're homeschool.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
getting
sometimes, you know,
silence.
As this is happening, Dax walks to within view shot with a step stool in his hands.
Yep.
I'm going to put it to a point where I can get to a window.
Like, if he's coming to my window, I'm going to open my window and decide to make room.
Window.
What's it? Kenshin's
Yes.
window is probably the most easily accessible. It's the only one that doesn't have like a bush in front of it or anything. So,
I will push it up next to it and try to climb up.
alrighty, you don't even need to roll for it. You got a step stool, so you can just get in.
Okay.
Dax, I can train you in the art of taijutsu.
No, I got a
can be your
ladder.
sensei.
I got a ladder.
Like right now, yeah, but what if you didn't?
I would find one or buy one.
Alrighty. Does everybody go into the house then?
My body is a honed and trained weapon.
It's full of karate sticks.
Would you look at him?
I'm not getting like the window, but I actually just like hit it and I try and like push it open. I don't like try and actually punch through the window, but I try and make it dramatic.
Does everybody get in though? Is that what everybody's doing?
I mean, we have to kind of get through in a line, right?
Yeah, just one at a time. You're coming in. So, you find yourself in a library. While mostly intact, besides the expected dust and debris of time, some of the shelves have been knocked over. A cursory glance at the shelves revealed them to be exploration books on various regions of the world, archaeology, history, anthropology, and more. It's as though this room had been largely left the same since Lawrence Coswell owned this house, despite 90 years and multiple new tenants among abandonment. Maybe the new owners like the aesthetics enough to not touch it, or maybe they just decided it was more of a hassle to change than it was to just leave it. Regardless, this room has Lawrence Coswell all over it.
Kenshin takes out his camcorder and he goes by the books like this and says, "This is where Harry Bingham III met Machu Picchu and they discovered earthquakes."
Nope, I don't think any of that. Kenshin, if you want to get an A, you gotta do the work, man.
Man, we know about earthquakes in L.A. He's 100% right, man.
We're not in LA. We're not in LA.
What?
We're here.
Shit.
Augie, as you step into the room, you feel something kind of trip you a little bit.
Ah! Is gravity that old bitch again? Trying to keep me from doing a sick kickflip.
Trying to keep it. But yeah, you're now in the library. I sent you the map of the house.
Sweet bitch, we call
We have death and gravity are the two sweet bitches we know.
I quote that. Mike, I quote that same quote in almost every stream we have. I say it somehow, some way. The sweet bitch we call death.
Is there anything else in this library that seems to? Are there any good books? Any sweet books?
Sure. Roll mind investigate.
Nah, I did not get anything. Nope.
Okay.
I didn't get a success.
So what happens is you're kind of looking around this creepy house, and you kick like there's books just like all over the floor and everything, and you kick one and you recognize the title, because it came up in one of the books that you were reading, and it's called The Demented Days of Danvers.
I will pick it up.
Alrighty.
And put it in my knapsack.
So, as far as this book, giving it like a really quick glance, if you wanted to read it, you would have to read it later when you have like time to kind of sit down and read it. However, taking a really quick glance at it, you do get something really cool, which is in the front cover is something written.
Oh, it's got like one of those personalization things. I miss you, Uncle Larry. I wish I could have saved you again. You're the bravest man I've ever known. I'm saddened this world became too much for you. If only I could find your expedition journal, my failure to satisfy my curiosity on why it came to this, why you had to end your own life, and why you had to take Aunt Marcy with you. It will haunt me to the end of my days. Say hi to Murph for me, Goody.
So he did kill himself.
He didn't say what order either, bro.
Yeah, but he was written in that order, so I think it's
written is nothing. That's what Augie Doggy said.
But we're looking for like, he was looking for a journal. It's apparently hard to find.
You think we'll find it in this house?
No.
Is that fucking hard to
Probably not.
Probably gonna be somewhere on the internet in like 100 years.
Well, they didn't have me on the case.
Why don't you look, Kenny?
I'd like to investigate for something that would look like a journal or a good hiding place for a journal in this library.
Okay, roll mind investigate.
Can you bring me a water?
I hope you find Bam Majira's book in my pocket.
So I passed one.
Basically, you're just looking around to see if there's anything that looks like a journal or a hiding
good
place.
Hiding place. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the room is so kind of like debris that finding a hiding place would be hard, but it doesn't look like there's anything weird out of place. You suspect that if there was a hiding place or a secret thing, due to the way that the room has just been kind of ransacked over time, that somebody would have found it and it would have been open by now and just obvious to everybody. So this room doesn't appear to have anything in it that would look like a hiding place. And as far as journals go, you find there's a lot of books all over the place. You do find a bunch of Lawrence Coswell's expedition journals. However, none of them are anything that relate to anything that you're kind of specifically looking for. A lot of them are so damaged they can't even be read.
And last thing, I want anything that looks like dragons.
Anything that looks like dragons? There's a book about mythology.
I take that.
Yeah, there's a neat book about mythology.
Well, after reading all my case-closed Mystery Files mangas, my investigator skills tell me that there's nothing left in this room.
Let's go on to the parlor.
You want to go to the parlor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Maybe he does.
That's where I'm going. What the fuck you want?
Where are you going, Augie? Stupid idiot.
Augie wants to go to the cloak room because that sounds cool as fuck. But that's just me saying some Augie Doggy shit.
All right.
Jax, you want I should go with you gotta keep an eye on him.
You can go. You can keep an eye on me, brother.
You keep an eye on him.
All right. Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
keep an eye on you. Keep your shit together, bro.
You're high like me, aren't you?
You feel it too, don't you?
You feeling it yet?
Alrighty.
I feel like I'm really high in my.
We'll go with parlor team first. So, You step into the parlor. This room has seen some vandals. What were once comfy chairs that waited patiently for absent guests have now been shredded up. They lack their cushions and their stuffings hang loosely from slashes that teens getting out their anger have inflicted on the poor chairs. Oh, the humanity. The coffee table in the middle of the 3 chairs is missing a leg, but don't worry, you found this very leg stabbed into one of the walls. The walls are covered in various graffiti, from tags to just curse words or crude genitalia. Otherwise, this room has nothing of note.
What? Can we look around? Or is there just nothing of note?
I mean, if you wanted to film something in this room, there doesn't seem to be anything to find in here, though, but it is a good filming room. Like, there's chairs and everything, and it looks like a creepy house, and, like, you know, it's got, like, a window in it that's letting in some of that twilight in.
Alright, Channing, let's keep this in mind.
I got
You got a
this,
shot?
Dex. I'm gonna shoot you. You pretend to be Lawrence Coswell, right? And it's the night that you go crazy, man. And you go and you start throwing stuff, and you're transforming into a big demon, and you're going ah.
No, it's gotta be like, this is a fiction. This is a non-fiction movie, and he didn't become a demon though. I don't remember when you became director.
Were you there?
I know this is your
there?
camera. I think we'd established in the beginning that you were going to be Lawrence, and I would be director, and Marky Mark is head of stunts and filmography, and he gets his name as first gaffer, and then...
All right, how about Dax, you just shut up, and you sit in that chair and give me some, like, Edgar Allan Poe, Lawrence Coswell, ready, action.
Really quick, so we cut to the other team going into the cloakroom. So you step into the main hall.
I'm gonna go back real quick while you're doing this.
I just have like a coat over my head, and I'm like...
So you step into the main hall as you're walking out of the library. And as you open the door to the main hall, a huge wet chunk of plaster drops from the ceiling and lands on you. It's not heavy and it doesn't hurt. It does feel incredibly gross, however, like a large bird just crapped on you.
This isn't the first time Augie's felt
Augie,
like this.
roll body with your highest skill in body.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I got one.
You got one? Okay, so it's gross, but you're fine. You'll live. You've been through grosser things. You've been puked on at the skate park once. Yeah.
I live in L.A. It's the Lord. I'm the Lord of Dogtown. They call me Doggy Doggy.
The main hall is impressive.
Welcome to it.
Welcome to it. The main hall is impressive. It seems to be the room that has had the most damage over time done to it. The whole ceiling is moist from water damage. Parts of it sag, and other parts are cracked or missing chunks. In the center of the hall...
I was gonna say, like your mom.
Is your aunt missing chunks?
In the center of the hall...
Saggy and what?
Saying some doggy shit.
In the center of the hall, where the staircase starts, is a large, barely hanging chandelier. Its weight keeps it motionless, even though it feels like it should be swinging a little. There are some plants germinating between the cracks in the floors. They seem oddly tropical, despite this being Michigan. What furniture remains looks regal. It also reminds you of your grandparents' house, so it's newer than when the house was built. There is graffiti all over the place. Would you like to do anything in the main hall, or are you just going to beeline it straight for the cloakroom?
Can I do a sick kickflip?
Sure.
Just one?
Just one.
Alright, check this out.
Actually, no, hang on. Roll, Tech Tinker.
I got a 5 and a 1.
So you didn't pass.
I wasn't going to pass.
So here's what happens. You go to do, what were you going to do?
I'm going to do a sick kickflip.
So
I'm proud of this.
you try that. And what you end up doing is the boards of the floor, as you go to do the kickflip, you're almost about to actually land it for once. But, weird, one of the floorboards just kind of like flips up and hits your board right when you're not expecting it. And you tumble onto the ground and land right in front of the front door. But what's weird is when you're laying on the floor in slow motion, as the world spins. Also, you take 1 injured in conditions, so put -1 in injured.
Wait, where is it?
Because you just bruised. It's in conditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But as you're laying on the floor, you notice something kind of weird.
That I didn't land that kickflip. I'm sorry. Marky. Raggy, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Speak louder. What?
Yeah, Marky. I see it's like a... Where is this? Is this on the ceiling?
It's just on the floor. It's just,
Oh,
it's
on
a
the floor,
tiny,
actually.
if you want a description of it, it's, there's a dark stain and a somewhat strange sew-on patch that's been ripped in half.
There's a dark, strange sew-on that's been ripped in half. And it says "ist."
It said it?
Yeah, "ist." E-S-T.
Oh, okay. So something was the blank.
I'm gonna put it on my backpack.
Hell yeah.
Let's get to that cloakroom. Forget what you saw here, Marky.
Maybe it was signed from the cloak, because that's a person who makes cloaks.
Oh fuck.
I won't think too much about it.
In
because-
LA, we call them cloakers.
So you're going to the cloakroom?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to cloakroom.
Who's opening the door? Is Marky.
Stealth technology there.
Marky, you're going to be the one opening the door because Augie's still getting up from the floor.
Yeah.
And my
He's
nose
He's
is
just
bleeding.
skateboard as a crutch. Yeah.
Yeah. So you open the door and you see a huge dark figure with an axe. No, just kidding. Just kidding. It's an old overcoat, but you are scared now.
God damn it. I got my BB gun out. Anyway.
Well, I shit myself. Preemptively.
Mike, put
What's that
negative
spell?
one. What's that? Put negative one in scared. So you
Okay.
freak out because you thought you saw a figure standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Well, I have my BB guns. I just sort of poke the cloak thing and knock it over.
Alrighty. This room is still full of coats dating from the 80s, it seems. Besides a great jump scare, or possibly some costume ideas, this room has little importance.
Well, it says the
I'm gonna
guy
start
who
going
doesn't
through
like
the-
coats.
Yeah.
The pockets
What
of the
are these
coats.
for?
Yeah, the pockets on the coats,
Like,
yeah.
Up.
Oh yeah, because you're from LA.
What are these for? It's like a big shirt.
We're gonna cut back to Team Parlor Room, continuing their argument.
Marky explains what a coat is.
Kenny, you said you want to get good grades. I can help you get good grades, but you gotta give me the camera.
Yeah, no dice, my man. So why don't you be the guy on the camera?
Yeah, well, your argument really didn't have any sort of points to it. So, like, why not?
I got this for Christmas, and like, yeah.
I'm a very responsible student, and I would never break your camera. I swear.
Shadow dash! He just runs right past you, out the door,
I'm gonna chase after him and try to grab the camera.
and I go. Well, there's the hall. I can't get to the empty room, huh?
Empty room? I mean,
I
you
guess
can.
the
You would just
hall-
go through the hallway.
Yeah, I want to go to the empty room.
So as you Augie and Marky are just kind of standing in the main hall and they're looking into the cloakroom talking about coats, you just see a door burst open. Marky runs out of the room yelling, "Shadow Dash!" And then he runs into another room and then Dax is following, like, super pissed off.
Let me have the camera!
Alright.
Do it, Kenny!
So, you run into, so you burst open the door, and what you
Yeah.
find is a large, empty room devoid of furniture. This appears to have been a dance floor. There is water damage in the corners of the room and a large mirror covering one wall. A bar stretches across this wall, although some of it has been dislodged from the wall and is now bent and rests on the floor. There's graffiti carved into the mirror and painted on the walls of this room.
As I go in, I go around the door, and I go behind it.
I'll walk in and then not seeing him look around.
I go behind him and I shut the door.
Okay.
Ty, or Dax, I want you to roll mind plus comprehend really quick. To see whether or not
Dax,
you're
okay,
pissed
that
or you got scared.
2 successes.
Okay, so you I said comprehend. Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. There's no cool bonus effect for it. It involves information. If you, yeah, no, there's no information here. Just that Kenshin's a dick, so you don't get scared by it.
Kenshin, so it's best for the group. It's a group project. I know you probably don't have a lot of friends or any.
I'm not in this room with you.
Oh, you
left him in the room.
I
Yeah.
left the room, yeah. I went behind him. I assumed the door opened in. I went behind him in the door, and I shut the door.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's not what I thought either. Okay. Then I'll open the door back up.
I'm gonna hold it.
All right, yeah, I got some pretty good. My body's good too.
So
And I say, it's my camera!
it's my camera.
You're gonna fail again.
Why don't you just say smart things on the camera?
That's not how movies work.
So for a brief instant, Dax, what
Yeah.
looked you're looking around as you're trying to burst the door open, right? You can
Yeah.
see the mirror, and what looked like graffiti at first seems to have been something else being reflected. And it's too quick to make out what it is before it retreats between the floorboards behind you.
I am.
Roll.
He's still gonna try to open it. Okay.
Roll mind, because now that's a different thing to be scared about. Mind plus comprehend again.
Only one.
You got a success?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably rats or something.
I'm going to try to open the door. Or I'm going to try to fight against him to open the door.
All right. So here's how I want this to work. Both of you roll body force, and whoever gets more successes wins.
Got 2, and then just 2.
I also got 2 successes.
All right, because you're the one who activated it, you actually do overpower Kenshin and open the door.
I'm gonna sneak away. Can I run and hide?
He probably knocks you back a little bit, so it'd be a very quick motion. So I don't think you can.
I assume the door opened in, so I'm pulling on the door. He's trying to pull on the door too. Right.
I think he kind of just broke it off of its hinge then, because it's a very old house.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we are.
Kenshin, I don't want to fight for the camera. I just want us to get a good grade.
Good. Then stop.
Well, here's the thing, Kenny. We're not on a path to get a good grade because you failed everything, and I think you're continuing to do so. So just let me use it, and I'll make you a star.
I have a ponytail now.
Mark, you are also in the room with Kenshin and Dax now because they came back into the main hall.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mark, we gotta get the camera from this kid.
I take a shot as I run down the hallway. I have the camera on, and I'm like, here is where Everett Breckenridge's cameraman was eaten by an alligator named
All right.
Captain Chops.
I'm pulling out my BB gun and I'm aiming for his ankle.
I'm aiming for his eyeball.
You're doing that?
Yeah.
All right, this is going in a direction.
We're gonna kill each other.
Roll, I think Tinker is probably a good one for that.
Okay, I got it. I got one.
So he shoots you in the ankle. It doesn't stop you. It's a BB. It's not like a...
Yeah.
But, like, it still probably stings like the Dickens, though.
Yeah. You guys were gonna fail. You guys suck.
That's what I'm saying. Just give us the camera, Kenny. Give us the camera, Kenny. And I'm gonna chase after him and try to take it.
Can I'm getting distracted.
So are there stairs that go downstairs or upstairs?
There's stairs that go up.
I'm running up those stairs. I guess we're running around this whole house.
So,
He's-
Kenshin, you run upstairs.
Yeah, Dax is chasing after me, so I ran upstairs.
Alrighty, heading up the steps, you'll notice the floors creak incredibly loud. The building also now seems to have a strange light swaying to it, probably due to that crooked look it had on the outside. There's a lot of water damage on the top floor. The floors look moldy and wet. The ceiling drips. In your explorations of the house, you hadn't noticed it began to start raining outside. In the main hall now, on the second floor, you see less graffiti and damage. There is a balcony that overlooks the lobby, and while there are many doors leading to various rooms, there's also an attic door above the balcony.
This is how we all die.
Probably mostly you.
Mostly me, probably. Trophy room, my goodness.
That's where we're gonna mount your head, Kenshin.
Hey, you said there's an attic door?
It's on the balcony, but it's like on the ceiling, and it's really, really high up.
Alright, does anything catch my eye as I come up?
It's a big hallway. There's no, I mean, the floors are really damp and gross. And
Do I
like,
see where the water's coming from or anything like that?
It's just various holes in the ceiling because it's raining outside now. So.
Oh, okay. It's not like it's coming from like a steady stream from the bathroom.
No, it's just water damage in general from just time of derelict.
I run to the balcony because that looks like the best place to run.
Alrighty. Yeah, there's nothing over there. It's just a balcony.
Is it dark?
Yeah, it's starting to get dark out, especially now that it started raining. So the light, what little light there used to be is now kind of gone, and the house is very much like, it's still dim. It's not perfectly black yet, because it's not nighttime yet. It's just overcast with the rain. But yeah, it is starting to get very dark, and it's starting to get a little bit dangerous to just, like you might trip over something or something.
Okay. I stop and I turn around at the camera and I shoot Dax running to me.
I am going to try to tackle him.
And I say, here's Dax McMillan, bully of the school, because his mom complains at PTA meetings. That's the only reason he gets good grades, because he's an idiot.
And then he just immediately spears you.
No, I stand there and take it.
Just take it.